Around 10 years ago, I got on a plane from Texas to California. There was some issue with my ticket and my seat got moved. And I was thinking, oh no, I hope I don't end up next to some crying baby for 3+ hours. Thankfully, there were no crying babies. I sat down next to a man named Kalen and we immediately struck up a conversation. He was a sales leader at his company, and since I was in sales, we hit it off. While he didn't succeed in persuading me to leave my current company and join his, he did leave an indelible impact on me about leadership. In this video, I'm going to talk about how he communicated as a leader, what I learned about having a leadership mindset, and I'll share some practical tips on what you can do to communicate better as a leader. Coming up. Hi, I'm Mike, a partner at Lead with Words, and this is the What Leaders Say video series, helping you increase your influence by differentiating your diction. We're creating videos on how to present, how to lead, and how to take your career and your company to the next level. If you're new here, consider subscribing. Kalen, he didn't lecture me on leadership. The topic didn't even come up. Rather, listening to him talk about his team, I was able to gain insight into how a leader thinks, and I remember it to this day, 10 years later. The first thing I learned is what to call your people. Most managers and bosses refer to their people at their company as employees, workers, staff. But Kalen regularly called his people his teammates, his partners, his team. He showed me that great leaders don't try to create distance between themselves and the people they lead by overusing hierarchical titles like boss and employee or manager and subordinate. The hierarchical distance one feels from their leader, where the leader's way up here and I'm way down here, is called power distance, and it varies greatly across cultures. This is an important topic. We'll cover it in a future video on cross-cultural communication, so stay tuned. The second thing I learned from Kalen is how you relate to your people. Along the same line of thinking, Kalen talked about all the people he worked with and worked with him. He never said his employees work for him. He said his teammates work with him. I'm not sure how this will translate into your native language, as we're a global company with a global audience. But the principle remains the same. Show your people you're on the same team and the same level. When leaders aren't seen as far away and inaccessible, their people will share more openly with their leader. This means problems will come to the surface faster and get solved faster. Also, since they perceive their leader as being closer, warmer, and more accessible, they are more open to the influence of their leader. Leaders are not just seen as a distant commander, but rather as a nearby coach. The third thing I learned is that the most influential leaders regularly use the most powerful word in leadership: we. It's about what we have accomplished, about what we have persevered through, what we're working on, what we want to achieve. Do you want your people to be more focused on team results instead of just on their own individual success? Then learn how to wield this powerful word, we. When the boss puts the focus on himself, he's communicating the low priority he gives to the team and team results. He's also leading by example, showing everyone they ought to act in their own self-interest. These are the types of environments where office politics and internal fighting flourish. It kills productivity and can cause people to quit. Let's take a look at these two mindsets. Someone with a boss mindset says, look at my great company that I built. And oh, those people, they're my employees. Most of them have worked for me for over 5 or 10 years. They're not bad. Someone with a leadership mindset says, look at the great company we've built together. I've worked with most of my team for over 5 or 10 years, and I'm really proud of the results that we've achieved together. Which company do you want to work at? Then go be that leader and lead your company in that direction. It doesn't take position or authority. It just takes leadership influence, a skill you can develop. If you don't see this mindset at your company, you can still change yourself and persevere with the leadership mindset. Sooner or later, you will find a successful company that supports a leadership mindset and wants more leaders to continue to build that company. Or maybe, just maybe, you'll start your own company. That's what we did. What I learned over 10 years ago from Kaylin, I pass to you today. If you hold on to it, practice it, and live it out, your life professionally and personally will look very different 10 years from now. I know, I've done it. Let's recap. 1, show your people you're on the same team. Your people are your teammates. They are your partners. 2, show your people you're on the same level, that you're working together and there isn't this pronounced power distance. And lastly, 3, show your people that you care about them. Focus on your team and team results. Question of the day. What is something that your manager or boss said that made you feel you're on the same team, the same level? Make sure to share your answer and connect with others in the Lead with Words community in the comments section. Thanks for watching this video. Subscribe for more content just like this, and we will see you in the next video.